Hey, y'all can see it. Go ahead and see it, all right? Hallelujah. All right, when you listen to Brother Baldwin over here talk, makes you feel stupid, don't it? I mean, think about it. All this stuff has been in front of us our whole lives. And then when you first hear me, what do you feel? Stupid. No. But that's just to shock you and wake you up. You understand what I mean? Because we all been living in a matrix. The word is sitting right here in front of us. You have to be able to interpret that word to get the word off the pages and then write in our hearts to be able to bring the performance. That's what we are lacking in. So rather than me doing a bunch of preaching and teaching of the word, you can hear that on the Shabbat. I'm here today to spend the rest of this time to answer your questions and what you need as far as direction goes. But I do want to look at 2 scriptures here, maybe 2 or 3, to reinvigorate our minds here for a second, all right? So again, what we heard it already today. Luke 14, verse 33. And I'm going to say some of the same things that I said in the Hebrew conference, which you'll never hear. The majority, I'm going to say 99.9% of the preachers that are out there today, the reason why they don't preach this particular aspect of the word is because you can't preach what you don't live. Am I making any sense? You can't preach what you don't live. And I was waiting to see if the Most High was going to lead me to do a deliverance in here, because if it did, we would tore this room up. Everybody say, oh, yeah. I go, oh, yeah. All right? Because the Messiah did say, the works that I do, you shall do. And so how do you know if somebody's really, truly called of Yah unless they can do the works that he did? Is that right? It is true, right? And so the only thing I do is teach the people of Yah what's already in you when you feel the Ruach. You can actually do it. The problem is you just won't do it. Open up your mouth. Reprogram yourself. Wipe the hard drive. Read what the word says. Come on, Elder.
So likewise. Whosoever.
Now, wait a minute. We'll just go with the word that's mentioned here on the page right now. How many of us are disciples of the Messiah? Followers of the Messiah. Are you sure that you are following Messiah? Okay. Well, let's see what the Messiah said. So likewise.
Whosoever he be of you that forsaketh not all that he hath.
Forsaketh not all that he what?
Hath.
And, well, how much do you have? Some a little, some a lot. The Messiah said, if you do not forsake all that you have, what?
He cannot.
You what?
Cannot.
You what?
Cannot.
You what?
Cannot.
And this is the reason why they call me a cult. This is the reason why they call me a crackpot, a kook, and a fanatic, and every other disparaging name and comment you can come up with. That's what they did with the Messiah too, right? So likewise, whosoever be of you, you forsake not all that you what?
Have.
You what?
He cannot.
You cannot
be my disciple.
My disciple. There's no way you can be his taught ones. Impossible. Is that right? Is that what he said?
Yes, sir.
Let's go to Mark 10:29. What does it say?
And Jesus answered and said, Verily, I say unto you, there is no man.
There is what?
No man.
No man.
That have left house.
Wait a minute. This is a promise, right?
Yes.
This is a promise, right?
Yes.
So there's no man, and of course, if you started implementing doing this, what's the first thing that's going to be introduced to you? Fear. The enemy is going to come and speak in your mind. He's going to start rationalizing with you and telling you you can't do this. And one reason why you can't do it, because you can't trust the person next to you. And then when the person next to you see you, you can't trust you as a man or a woman. Because we have this uncanny ability to be able to expect more out of others than we're capable of producing ourselves. It's easy for you to have faith when I'm the one that has to sacrifice everything and you get to move on into the blessing.
That's right.
Are y'all hear me?
Yeah.
But when it comes to you having to give up, you must forsake all. That's a different story. Is that what the Messiah said to the rich young ruler? Good master, what must I do to inherit, and everybody's screaming and hollering there, Israel. What must I do to inherit eternal life? What did he tell them to do? Simply do what? Keep the commandments. But if you really truly want it, go and sell all that you have. Now how many disciples are? Now how many people are really truly taught ones and follow the Messiah? The rich young ruler went away sorrowfully because he had great possessions. And the Messiah even hit him with the commandments that had to do with him loving his fellow man. Didn't even mention the ones about loving him. And he went away sorrowfully. Same question I asked up in the meeting when we was up there in Detroit. What, a handful of brothers actually come out of that meeting, actually implementing and doing what this word says? And the more I kept talking, the more I kept speaking, the disciples or the taught ones was less and less. The ideal is hopefully that you don't go away from here sorrowfully. But read on.
Or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my sake and the gospel.
So there's nobody that's going to leave anything for his sake and the message. That will what?
But he shall receive 100.
How much?
100.
How much?
100.
How much?
100-fold.
That sounds like an investment strategy. That's a pretty good investment there, right? It's a pretty good investment. But there's risk involved. There's risk.
High risk.
High risk.
High risk. Great reward.
High risk involved. Read.
Now, in this time.
When?
This time.
No, we got to wait for Shemaim to come.
This time.
No, we got to wait for the New Jerusalem to come down.
This time.
No, we got to be in Israel.
This time.
In this time.
Houses.
What?
Houses.
What?
Houses.
And what else?
And brother.
Uh-huh.
And sister.
I always say it's amazing how they left out the Yeshua part. They included it in the first part. But because it's a monogamous society, they left out the Messiah. The Yeshua part. Mm-hmm. You understand? I mean, I'm a fine looking old man. My Yeshua told me I was. I believe it. I got to believe something is going to encourage me. But you see the promise? You'll never ever know it's true unless you put your hand to the plow. Read.
And mothers.
Uh-huh.
And children.
Uh-huh.
And land.
Uh-huh.
With persecution.
With? Y'all saw all the tongue lashing I had against me before this meeting, didn't you? Y'all see it? They lay things to my charge I don't even know. Are you following me? Sometimes I wonder, I say, who is that cat boy? That's a bad man right there. Nobody needs association with him. That's a bad man right there. We saw that other pastor out plenty of times on the land. One time we saw him behind the tree, though, didn't we? We came out down in the hall and said, there he is! Right there. We laugh about it and we mock about it because Satan has to raise up those who are submitted to him at his will in order to try to discredit every single message that is going to inspire Israel to do what they really truly need to do. This message came into my heart in 1992. Some of you know the story, briefly. I went to the bishop of the Apostolic Church at that time, and I was reading the book of the Acts of the Apostles. And I asked him, why come we're not doing this? Why is it that we are not doing this? Why come? How come we are not doing this? Y'all got to excuse me. I'm out of my native land. I don't get to speak my native tongue. So, I try to, trip over English words, okay? All right? And he said, it ain't going to work. I said, why is it? Maybe because nobody has never tried it. But it's written right here. Then he told me and said, you just want somebody to take care of you. I was one of the biggest tithe payers in the church. But I want somebody to take care of me, and I got people in the church coming to me to help pay their bills. Because, he said that the church is not a loan company. You know what I mean? When you're down, the church is not a loan company for you to go to. Well, who are you supposed to go to? The world? Go get in debt? Anyway, you can see how I was kind of rocking the boat way back then. So anyway, as soon as I had opportunity, I got out. Oh, y'all know, I ran across I started saving money. Then I ran across an old white man by the name of R.G. Sparrow. Y'all know that, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all know I'm guilty because of what he's done. I'm guilty by association. You know what I mean? Just like Brother Hastings right here. Look at the scoundrel he is. Everything he's done in life is my fault. Everything you've done in life is my fault simply because you know me. I'm the reason and cause for every single tribulation and trial you ever had in your life. It's nonsensical, isn't it? That's why I first started to actually go and see. Then I went to a few other communities and started implementing it on the land that we purchased ourselves. But in order to get there, in order to pay this, I had to work 3 jobs. I got like 2 hours of sleep from 6 months to a year in order to get all the bills paid off because the borrowers are serving to them. And I didn't want to transgress the word. So no, the Most High didn't bring a money tree and put it in my backyard. He didn't drop money out of Shemaim and give it to me to help pay all these bills. I got into it. I had to get out of it. And I worked. And I worked and worked. And I worked harder after I got all the bills paid and bought the land than I did when I was out there working. And still working hard. And I'm telling you that it can be done. The question is this. Can you trust your brother or your sister that is next to you? Can you be trusted? That's how this whole thing works, because the gifts, everything works by love. You got to love people more than they hate themselves. You see, when there's an example that's sitting out in front of you, all the excuses is gone. Are you hear me? All the excuses is gone. I just got in and asked the beer. I said, how the hell are we going to get this man to sit back and give us some damn classes on learning how to damn talk? When he always in the damn courtroom. I mean, really. Because then you know how to handle yourself out there. Wouldn't it be nice to not be under the thumb and rule of the oppressor? Well, see, out here, I tell you, it's a beautiful thing what we've been able to create just by following what that book says. We have 9 communities, hundreds of acres. And this is what I want mainly more than anything for y'all sisters, y'all mothers. You need to be at home to raise the children, to guide the house, to be a support system, a strong pillar for your man. You need to be. But they have taught you to function like they have. Go chase the career. Go chase the degree. Go chase money. Go chase stuff. And then you waste your prolific years chasing after vanity. And the reason why you do that is because this is what their system has taught you. And then there's no men to actually stand up in a position and place and tell you what you should be doing, because they're themselves not leading by examples. And when they're not leading by examples, what is the woman going to do? She's going to make the way herself. She's going to take care of the family herself. We have it all the time, dysfunctional homes with no man at home and the woman working 2 jobs to take care of the family. They're going to do exactly what they have to do. And they shouldn't be in that position. They should never be in that position. A man doesn't work. It didn't say a woman. It says a man doesn't work, he shouldn't what? Eat. So we want to teach you how to eat and teach you how to work. But you're going to have to make changes. And one thing we don't like is change. We don't like changes. Are you hearing me? My shy, Mother Carol, she told me, you're not getting me in no trailer. I said, for real? Really? Guess what she was? You're not getting me in no country. Guess what she went? In other words, they're going to test you every step of the way. Every step of the way. And if they don't go as you would have them to go, put them away from you. The problem is you don't have the testicular fortitude to stand on the word and let Yah arise.
That's right, man. That's good.
Are y'all hearing me? That's the issue. I mean, I love my sons just like you do. Your heart goes out for them, don't it?
Right.
You want to be able to please them. You want to be able to provide for them, don't you? Huh? You won't believe how many times I say when they say some kind of crazy comment, I say, you women just won't stop with it. You've been doing it ever since the damn garden. You keep it up still now, don't you? But you can't talk like that unless you're sober enough to know exactly what's going on.
That's right.
Are y'all hear me, Israel?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
You all can do it. Brother Kabir just got finished showing you that you can do it, brother. Dang, everybody up here showing you can be done. It literally can be done. But you're going to have to forsake all. And the first thing you need to forsake is your selfish self and your will. Right now, I'm down here in Georgia, staying in the community. There's no more than an hour and 18 minutes from here. If I wanted to, I could have drove another 2 hours that way and stayed at another community that we actually own. Wouldn't it be nice if we could fulfill the word that says, when you go into a city, make inquiry, find out who's worthy, and then there abide. Can you do that? We talk about how we're Israel, we want to be Israel, but we're afraid to live it. Is that not true?
True.
So we got to come out of that. And we can come out of it. Because see, right before your very eyes are living examples that it can be done. Zaza, stand up, woman. Of course, the world will say, that's disrespectful. I just called her what she is. That's the woman up in the Hebrew conference that sold her house. She ended up giving me a check for, now if I get it wrong, I'm in the ballpark, okay? About $53,000. $53,000, that's the equity that she had left over in her house. And she lives in an apartment right now. Isn't that cruel? Right around the corner from Straightway, Georgia is her home where she's going to be living at. That's being renovated and built by the men of Straightway. Down there in Straightway, Georgia. How old are you, Zaza? How old are you? You forgot, huh? 60 in 2 weeks. Now, let me see. She will have her own house, no more mortgage. She would never have to pay another light bill, a phone bill, a food bill, a car note. She will always have money, excess and available to her. You hear that? She's a single woman. You get it? Isn't that nice to be able to have a place prepared for older women like that? Is that not nice? So when you send me offerings, you see where it goes? Well, you say you had $53,000. We bought the house before she gave the offering. We didn't even know she was going to be there. And I'm taking the majority of the money that she gave, besides the money we already put into the place, and putting it back into that place, and then I'm going to put the rest of it in another place to buy another place for another faithful Israelite brother, sister, or family, and I'm going to move them in there and get them free. If I got calculators, if we say, let's say, what is 500 times 1,000? 500,000. Do you know what I can do with $500,000? Do you know what I would do with $500,000? I know what you would do. You go out and buy a nice home next to the Gentiles. You go out and buy a nice brand new car. Wouldn't you? You'll spend it all on you. They just got finished saying that if they had $5 million, they'd give it all to me. You know the reason why they would give it to me? Because they could trust me. You understand that? Because they know I will do right by whatever hits my hand. So now please look to your left. Can you trust him? Look to your right. Can you trust him? Sorry, but this is where we need to be. It's the only way we're going to function as a people. Because in case you haven't figured it out, only a remnant is going to be saved in this time. It's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. You see, online, when people start attacking me, first of all, I just got finished coming back from Jamaica. I've worked 30-something years in this, and first time I ever went on a real vacation is when the brother said, you know what? Elder Rupert said, we're going to take up a vacation fund because, Pastor, you're getting your ass up out of here. You there? You are going somewhere, and you're going to learn how to relax. You get that? Isn't that beautiful?
Yes, sir.
He said, we got to keep you around a few more years. Because he sees the stress. I need for you to contract, to give your word, to make a commitment to the Most High. You're going to obey exactly what their word said. We'll go ahead and field the questions here in just a second. The Messiah just got finished telling us, unless a man forsake all that he has, he cannot be my disciple. He turned around and had all those disciples that he taught, the apostles. They turned around and implemented and showed exactly what he taught and what his plan was. When you go read the book of Acts, the 2nd chapter and Acts chapter 4, you saw that every single one of them, they sold all their possessions and their lands and their homes, and they came together as a people. And they want to call you Jim Jones. It's just a tactic of the devil to get you to back off. You're going to lose your mama, your daddy, you're going to lose mother, father, brother, sister. Some of you are going to lose family, wives, Ishias. You're going to lose your property. You know them as children. Some of you know them as kids. You're going to lose this. Some of you will suffer. You will suffer loss. Don't be afraid of the loss, because he also promised great gain. Did y'all hear that? But remember, it all comes with persecutions. It all comes with, every single bit of it comes with persecutions. Can you endure the persecution? Can you endure the persecution? I mean, the only thing that people are doing online is just using words. And words do hurt, right? A little bit. You feel them in part, right? They use words, but they dare not get face to face. Because see, we the type of people that straightway, we'd rather than sit up and trade words, which we'd rather just punch in your damn mouth. And then if you want to fight back, well, let's fight, then. Let's get it on. But one way or the other, you're going to stop with them damn words.
Hallelujah.
Wouldn't it be nice if everybody had that kind of honor? That's the way. Well, Rob was scheduled to be somewhere else. He said, no, not from what I heard. He said, I'm coming. There's no way. I got my gloves. I'm knuckled up. And that's the way we are as a people. Now, how do you go about doing this where you are at today? Who has any question about it? Anybody? There's a mic right there. A brother right there. Wouldn't y'all like to know?
Yeah.
Pastor, the question I got is, I'm looking for land, right? I've been all up there where you at in Tennessee, Georgia, and I finally been between Tuscaloosa, Tallapoosa, Alabama, and Atlanta, Roberts, Atlanta. And I'm trying to find out what characteristics would I try to find? The water, the elevation, what should I look for when I look for some land?
First thing you look for is water. You need to have access to water. Because if you're going to have livestock, water is a high commodity. You're going to need it. You need an extraordinary amount. Well, there's a little small creek a little small river that runs adjacent to Straightway. It's a spring-fed creek. It runs there the whole time. You can find wells, or land that's already have wells on it. You need that. But I'm going to say what I said the other day on the video. Instead of, also, I'm going to just probably add this, y'all need to, in your prospective areas, you need to try to get together. Like, for instance, how many people from North Carolina here? Can you raise your hand, please? Look at all these people from North Carolina. See, so all these people from North Carolina, guess what y'all need to do? Y'all need to figure out a way to come together. Y'all need to figure out the way to start saving up resources. Y'all need to figure it out. Brother Ron is not here, right? Rashad, you here, right? How much money have y'all saved up in a year? $60,000. How many people living in a house? One house. 13, 14 people. So about 3 or 4 families, a couple of single brothers, right? You can't save $60,000 in a year by yourself. I mean, it's easy for me to go to Rob or Kabir and say, hey, can y'all give me $1 million so I can help get these people free? Because if I ask them, they would do it. But I don't ever ask them. If I ask them for money, like I did Kabir, finally ask Kabir for some money. Then I Kabir, didn't I ask you for some money? You told me you got to ask me. Just ask me, Pastor. Please ask me for some money. 2 years, ask me for some money. I said, good. I need $60,000. He gave me $60,000. Did y'all hear that?
Yes, sir.
How much money have I paid back to you since?
Okay, I think it's now at $27,000.
$27,000. How long does it take you to give back $27,000?
You're moving at a rapid pace. I wish I was a banker.
With inches.
You see that? If you got brothers that have means like him, why go borrow from them when you can get it from them? Don't be like the Christians do just because they have money, take advantage of them. See, I get a chance to test him, and he get a chance to test me. First of all, I'm going to see if he's going to charge me usury. Hey, and then he gets a chance, an opportunity to see if I'm a man of my word. He told me, take as long as you want to pay it back. And we're already at $27,000 within, what, 3-4 months?
3 months, dude.
And I'm still like, where you get all that money from? Some of it I got in the safe. A lot of it I just budget. We have brethren that work. I made all kinds of money my own self. And we turn around and keep it right in Israel. Every single bit of it. Are you following me? Recirculating. You get paid, where does the dollar go? Right back to the world again, don't it? Don't it go back to the world? It's supposed to be circulated in Israel. It needs to stay in Israel for at least 50 circulations before it even departs from my hand, and hope they don't even do that. That's why I advise y'all to buy real, true money, to sell it. Get some, gold and silver, because it's not so easy for you to go out and go spend it.
That's right.
You get some Federal Reserve notes in your hand, just burn it. But you can get land, you can do it. Before we end up, I had 40-something acres of land. Prior to, actually, I put 60 with it, with what Kabir had, because I learned how to budget money and save money a long time ago, so that later on, that the people will be able to have an inheritance. Everybody that lives on their community has an inheritance.
Yeah.
Every single home, every single plot of land, they have an inheritance for the people. And everybody's wondering, what are we going to do? The book is right here alive. Now, my brother, if you're going to look for that land and stuff, where you at? Where you at?
I reside in Atlanta and Birmingham.
Atlanta and Birmingham.
So anybody want to get with me on buying some property in Birmingham to Atlanta?
How many of y'all in there from Alabama?
Or Georgia.
Georgia. The rest of you from Georgia. Alabama, Georgia, raise your hand. You know what the brother said? At least try to get with me.
Y'all come see me so we get together.
Come see me so we get together so y'all can have all kind of problems. No, for real. You're going to have all kinds of problems. Somebody got to be the leader, and you got multiple personality disorders. You just don't know it yet. You are something else. All y'all say to live on community, stand up. Are y'all not all something else? Speak up. Are y'all something else? Do y'all cause trouble? Do y'all have issues? Do you have problems? Do you get deliverance? And then you start back over again. Thank you very much. But watch this. Would y'all rather be anyplace else?
No.
By this, all men shall know you are my disciples by the love that you have one towards another. Every single one of them. So, all this time in here, you see this, these faces, these places, these people. You need to get together in these prospective places. Take each other's phone numbers down. At least start fellowshipping so you can start knowing those who labor among you. To see if they can really truly can be trusted. You follow me? I can't be the only man in the world you can trust. Am I making sense? There are other Israelites that can be trusted. And starting a community at 50 years old is a little too late. Especially if you're starting from bare land. You're going to need some laborers out there. There ain't too many 53-year-old men that's in the shape that I'm in. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
They can work from sun up to sundown. They can build a house from the ground up. There ain't too many, y'all ain't producing too many of them nowadays, so there ain't too many people with it. And that's just not bragging, that's facts. So I teach the younger generation coming behind me to do exactly what I'm doing. So that your children can dwell in safety. How many of you still have your children in the public food system? Raise your hand, please. Wouldn't you like to have them out of there? Why put them out there when mama or wife or Ishaya or woman can actually be at home and raising your children, rearing your children? I'm getting there, man. So you can be rearing your children. Are you following? You're rearing your seed. Thank you. Tell me no lie, good man. I told you I don't speak my native language. But you get it, right? All right, so look for land with water. Try to have a flat area, a small flat area. It doesn't all need to be flat. It can be a plain because the straightaway is the side of a hill. The majority of it is it. It's rolling, it's the side of a hill, but it damn sure makes good deer hunting. We already shot 5 deer. They probably shot more since I've been gone. How many of y'all have a field dressed of deer? Wait, what? Men? Men of Israel? Israel? How many of y'all ever shot a deer? Let's try this. How many of y'all ever saw a deer? We can make it easy. But watch this. When the system collapses, and it is, how are you going to be able to feed your family? How are you going to feed you if you have no skill? All this is becoming a pleasant reality. Anybody in here over 50 like I am? 20-something years. Of you over, how many over 40? 20-something years ago, could you think that we would be this wicked at this time? I mean, is it not really on steroids? You're like, I can't believe, unbelievable. It still gets me till today that I heard that a young boy was getting a train run on him in a junior high school. And you want your children in that environment? You should be doing everything you can to make sure your child never go back to that system ever again. It makes no sense whatsoever at all. Flat plane, we're rolling, hills, are you following me? Way out. Much as you can. Next one. Is there any type of restrictions being close to the coast?
Is it anything that I would say any recommendations against being like close to the coastline or anything?
Yeah, move inward.
Yeah, okay, well, like mileage, how far inward shall we say? Just
now this is just personal opinion.
Yeah.
At least 300 miles.
Okay.
You know the reason why? What happens every September and October on the coast? Bad ones too. You follow me? People lose their homes, lose everything. You understand what I mean? And then when you move inward, you ain't really no better because you get run from the hurricanes to only dodge tornadoes. That's because of the times that we're living in. So we have this healing environment and stuff because tornadoes is just not conducive for them to be running around all over the place, if you understand, like flatlands of Oklahoma. That make any sense? Now, they got 15 people living in one place and they were able to save $60,000. And all they said they have a 3 to 5 year plan. So what's 6 times 5? 30. So within 5 years, they have $300,000, enough money to be able to have 3 or 4 homes rather than living in one home, and land to be able to live on community. But you have to be disciplined. You have to be willing to sacrifice. Am I making sense? It's really that simple. See, right now they all live in one home. Now they can actually spread out. We have 86 acres up in Kentucky where all the families live in one home and a trailer. I was going to get ready to build. I was thinking about putting another trailer out there to double. I said, no, it's time for y'all to learn how to build your own home. So why not just build a 3,000 square foot home? And y'all used to apartment living. You used to living in condominiums. You used to living in duplexes. Why don't we just take a 3,000 square foot home and divide it up and put a good solid sound barrier in between it so that you have your own privacy. Your family have 3 bedrooms, 2 baths in each place, and 3 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, and your own dining room area and the whole 9 yards. All the fixings. You can do that with that kind of money when you do the work. But if you're going to pay them to do the work, you ain't got enough money. Does that make sense? You don't have enough money. That's why you need to learn how to build. You need to apply yourself. You need to also respect your elders. There's too much dishonor in Israel. Way too much dishonor in Israel. If we do exactly what the book says, we will be blessed. Did y'all hear me? Yes. We will be blessed. Elder Austin's mother, stand up. That's Sister Angela. You get it? Getting pretty close. Maybe about $5,000 to $12,000 more in that home out there that your son and I and the brother in that building, it'd be almost complete, wouldn't it? It's a 30 by 60 in one part, 24 by 24 in another. Is that a pretty big home? You know how many people are going to be able to live without paying? I think they pay, maybe $1,400, $1,500 a month just in rent. Why go give that to that sister when you can go ahead and make the sacrifice and put it into that house? Am I making sense? Oh, yeah. I'm telling you this because you can do it. Every one of you can do it. Next question. Thank you.
Hold on, let me give you the mic.
What we on time?
We're good. Yeah, we good.
Yes, sir, Pastor. Me and my brothers teamed up, and we got about an acre.
Mm-hmm.
And
An acre is a football field.
okay, and we're doing like the Dave Ramsey thing, paying off all the debt.
Mm-hmm.
How much time do you think we got before like things start to collapse?
If you would have asked me that 20 years ago, I would say none. And you ask me today, I'm going to still say none. Am I making any sense? Instead of looking at trying to figure out how far we can get up to the edge of the mountain before we fall off. Are you following me? We need to be moving with fear right now. Go to Ezekiel 14:14 real quick. We need to be moving with fear right now. I mean, really with fear right now. Any of you sisters work on jobs? Any women work on jobs? All right, we're not going to throw y'all under the bus because we know it don't happen to y'all because y'all carry yourself in a very respectful way. But how many women do y'all see constantly harassed by other men on those jobs? Do women get harassed by other men on them jobs that not their husbands? That's the reason why you don't want your wives or your women on jobs. I told Mother Carol years ago that I would go away on a mission and she'd come back. I come back, she'd have a job or something like that, and I have to make her quit again. You know what I mean? Because she get bored, something to do. I said, how you get bored? You got 2 children sitting here. You understand what I mean? And I told her, I said, I tell you what, if I ever hear one time any man harass you on a job, I'm not gonna go back and apologize. I'm not gonna try to talk talk to him or nothing, I'm going to go up there and break his damn leg. And if I find out you didn't tell me, I'm going to break your leg.
Hallelujah.
Somebody tell me what's wrong with that.
Nothing.
That make sense?
Yes, sir.
Now, I don't believe in laying hands on a woman, but I also believe that she should respect and honor her man. Does that make sense? Because you know how women are. I don't want to run home and tell my husband because he may do something to get me fired. Well, you need to be fired. Uh-oh. Now, wait a minute. If I'm getting a little too tough like he talked, let me know. I'll calm down a little bit. Because I'm a pastor, okay? I'll calm down a little bit more. All right, what was that next question was? Oh, read. Yes, okay, 14, read.
Though these three men,
Well, what?
Noah, Daniel, and Job,
Would y'all say they were righteous men?
yes, sir,
Noah, Daniel, Job were what?
were in it,
In a particular generation. Come on.
they should deliver but their own soul.
How many souls they going to deliver?
Their own soul.
So stop trying to save mom and daddy, brother, cousin, niece, nephew, Nemo, Pawpaw, Haw, and everybody else. Save yourself. It's real simple. Many of you done just like I've done. You went out and you spoke to your natural family, and because you got this, the light bulb came on, right? And you thought that they were going to be invigorated like you. You thought they wanted to get this and take the proverbial bull by the horns and run with it. Didn't you think that? Then they turn around and kick sand and kick mud in your face and disrespect you, dishonor. Isn't that right? And so you're going to try again because you so-called love them, don't you? We ain't going to get to the point and figure it out that the Most High is not dealing with them. They may be your family, that don't mean that they're the Most High's family. Y'all know them that are his. Did y'all hear that?
Yeah.
You have not chosen me, I have chosen you. Is that what he says?
Yes.
That's what he says, right? So he said that dealing with you, and you're trying to deal with his natural family. The only thing you can do is just, as the old saying goes, pray for him. Because if y'all don't open their understanding at your word, then he ain't dealing with them. So stop putting yourself in a position to be bitter, to be hurt and disappointed. Lest you find yourself fighting against Yah himself. And the next thing you know, you're going to be cut off because of the soul tie you have with them.
Come on.
It's going to end up frustrating you, and then you're going to be out of the faith. So, though these three men was in it, Noah, Daniel, and Job, they would neither deliver son nor daughter, but they would save themselves. Read.
But their own souls by their righteousness.
How will they save their own souls?
By their righteousness.
By everybody else's righteousness.
Their righteousness.
By their righteousness. See how you deliver yourself, you save yourself? By your righteousness. Come on.
Saith the Lord God.
Keep reading.
If I cause noisome beasts to pass through the land.
Is it coming?
Mm-hmm.
Is it coming?
Yes.
Come on.
And they spoil it, so that it be desolate, that no man may pass through because of the beast. Though these three men were in it, as I live, saith the Lord God.
Say of Yahweh Elohim.
They shall deliver neither son nor daughters. They only shall be delivered, but the land shall be desolate.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Save yourselves. Save yourselves. Acts 2:40. Next question. No more questions? Oh, yes, sir. Right here. Oh, yes, brother. See, this stuff was ingrained in us, man. Don't say I don't put forward an effort.
Yes, Pastor. My question is, as it relates to getting land and in remote areas, alternate means of power and electricity, or you're getting land where there's a power source or electrical source or whatnot. That's my question.
Okay. Getting land that's off grid is very expensive because you have to actually provide the power itself. Now, straightway is actually built so that it can function if the electricity go out. And the electricity pops out all the time. Don't even shine. It pops out all the time. She comes from California. She ain't used to power just popping off out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Just power pop off. Every time you turn around, just popping off because you're way out in the country. So buying solar is very expensive, but you can do it. But we have a literal, you ever seen those old cast iron stoves? Some of them have a little glass window. How did people used to heat 100 years ago? Did they have the power? Did they have a grid? Where you go and punch a button? It says Honeywell on it. That's how they heated themselves, right? Yeah. No, they heated themselves, right? And would us not the Bible teach us to search for the old paths? Does it not teach us to seek for the old paths? And it tells us when you seek for them and you search for them, you'll find rest, you'll find it for your soul. Does it not say that?
Yes, sir.
Then why are we looking for it then?
Come on, good question.
Because we don't want to be inconvenient. We don't want to pay. We don't want to take what it has right now to pay in order to enjoy it a little bit later. You can get a well dug. And you can get now one of these nice little things that you can just stick down and well by a rope. And you can pull it up. You can pull up, you can crank it up, and you got fresh water. Sure it's nice to go back and turn that faucet on. Well, one day you ain't going to be able to go back and turn that faucet on. And it's coming real soon. Are y'all listening to me?
Yes.
See, now necessity is laid upon you. You're going to have to do this. There's no more options now. I know y'all, I know full well that y'all knew when y'all come here, y'all was going to hear this from me, right? It's the solution for you that you always need. Again, these bootlicking preachers out here, every one of them arguing over doctrine, arguing over theology. That's all they do, all day long, all night long. Have no solutions for you whatsoever at all. None. Zero. I'm working right now, since we actually purchased another 40-something acres. I'm working right now in order to get at least 2 or 3 more families and a couple more single brothers and sisters out there on the land. But people that move out there now, say, I don't have to wait for the riffraff anymore. I'm looking for people of serious righteousness and high character.
Hallelujah.
Are you not making any sense? I can do a whole lot more with less than I can with a lot. Does that make sense? It sure would be nice if we had more of these so-called preachers that had a vision like that. Acts 2:40, read.
And with many other words.
What did he do?
Did he testify and exhort, saying
what?
Save yourselves.
Save your what?
Yourselves.
Save your what?
Yourselves.
From what?
From this untoward generation.
Ain't that the same thing that Ezekiel, Noah, Daniel, and Job just got finished doing too? Save yourself from this untoward generation. Are we even making an effort to try to save ourselves? That's the real question today. I'm not getting on you. I'm just trying to put a defibrillator on your mind so it can at least get you moving in the right way. Well, I can't see. Well, I'm sick. Well, damn it, get well. My back hurt. Exercise. Does that make sense? Well, I have ailments. Lose weight.
Come on.
Stop making excuses. Is that making sense?
Yes, sir.
If you're an individual, can I use you for an example, brother? Let's just say you have nobody out there, it's just you and your family. All right? Let's just say you got you and your family out there, right? He's got a homestead and everything. Now we're in a world without rule of law. Now we got Bubba. And this little snagger-tooth of redneck gangs getting ready to come down the road. And you know what they're going to want to do? They want to take all his provisions. My question is, can he pull guard duty 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in order to be able to keep that he has? He's going to need what? Help. He's going to need brother. Because his position is going to be easily overran. See the reason why you need each other? When David went to Ziklag, after everybody was on him and stuff, did he not be able to have people that he left behind that could actually guard the goods? While him and the warriors went out and got the women and the children that the other nations had stolen? This is coming again. Don't depend on Popo and everybody gonna come and help save you. You better get yourself ready now. Ready now. Don't be sitting up here procrastinating. Start making moves. If you don't know how to can, buy a can. Any of y'all women know how to can? Y'all know what I mean by canning? Y'all don't know what I mean by canning? Yeah. You gotta be kidding me. You take this jar and put it down into a little container of water. And it boils. And then when you take it out, you put this nice little lid on it. It's got a little sealing on it. And then you store that like grandmama used to do. And that's how grandma was able to survive the Great Depression. Can I ask y'all a question? What are you going to be able to survive when these trucks start running to these stores? Y'all don't mind me putting this in y'all.
Put it out. Put it out.
I mean, really, what are you going to be able to do? What are you going to be able to do when these trucks start running to this store? And brothers, when the trucks start running to the store, you don't even have no skill. You don't even know how to hunt. What you going to bring home? Those children are going to start complaining. They hungry. Oh, I can't go out and hunt because it's cold outside. Oh, I can't go out and fish because it's too hot outside. What are you going to do? Right now, I'm a state over from my other community up here in Tennessee. And I have 2 Shires up there. You know, I can actually leave them on a community and never have to worry about a brother trying to move in on them. Trying to make a move on them. You know, they are in perfect safety while I'm gone. Y'all know that? Isn't that nice? Guarded and protected. Anything that they need, the brothers do everything they can to bend over backwards to make sure that they got it. Isn't that a nice environment? Oh, but that's the cult. That's what that is. What did you say, Brother Gideon, about that house that I built, one of my Messiahs, me and the brother, mom and dad? What did you say about that house?
Oh, I love it. It's my favorite.
You what?
I love it. It's my favorite.
You know how much it cost us to build that house in today's time? It's a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath. Are you following me? Nice on the inside. Got a wood stove. It's got a sink. Nice too. Got a nice island in it. Nice home. Is it not a nice home? Oh, yeah. Nice home. $40,000. And that's only because that's what the building material costs. I could have built that home 20 years ago for $15,000. No light bill, no phone bill, no heating bill. Isn't it beautiful? Y'all begin to see this vision? You can do it too. How many of y'all from Texas in here? How many of y'all come here from Texas? Nobody. How many of y'all come here from South Carolina? Look at all these folks right here. Y'all planning on trying to move on that land out there, ain't you? Oh, yeah. We planning on. Y'all gonna build that home too, ain't you? Oh, yeah. Because Pastor ain't coming down there to build no more. Y'all getting that? It's their turn. Everything we've been able to do, I want you all to have. But it's going to cost you something. It's going to cost you your life. It's going to cost you everything you got. Everything you got. I got a brother right here, Brother Brent. How many acres you own, Brother Brent? 85 acres. Oh, I can't live with him. He's a white man. What I just preached the other day, I just got finished showing it on Facebook. Brother Shane is a white man, and he has done stuck with me closer than any brother. He's done stuck with me closer than any black man. Did y'all hear what I said? You could be a stranger and don't even know it. Look at him looking. Slave master been in the boom boom dock, everything, and look at you. You are, I'm Israel. Are you filled with the Ruach? Do you keep his commandments? Are you obeying his word? That's how I know you're Israel. Uh-oh. And then what are you going to do when y'all get the Holy Spirit? Let's just say allegedly that he's an Edomite, he's a white man. First of all, he wouldn't get the Holy Spirit to an Edomite, would he? This man got 86 acres, 85 acres. And he can take a family right now. Is that true? He can take a family right now. Only one problem. You got to do what you're told. If you live on Straightway, guess what you're going to do? What you told. You live at Straightway Praise Land, what you going to do? What you told. Y'all get that land up in Indiana, guess what you're going to do? What you told. I ain't going to let nobody tell me what to do, but you go to a job and they tell you what to do. Ain't that right there? This real talk. Where's a young woman in here's about 19, 20, 21? Anybody in here like that, young women? Anybody that age? 19, 20, 21? Raise your hand, I can't see nothing. Oh, you 19, 20, 21. Stand up, dog. What man would be worthy to be able to cover a daughter of Zion that loves keeping the commandments, that knows how to cook and know how to clean, that want to be submissive to her husband, rear the children, guide the house? What Israelite man could I actually put over there, or she would probably say yes to have confidence in today? Who's worthy? Huh? Because she already lives by the community, set apart. She's already learning how. I'm getting, that's you, right? I just told Elder Rufus and said, get up straightway tomorrow. You know why? Because we got plenty of mothers, plenty of women, my shies, to help her to go ahead and develop even faster. So she can prepare herself for marriage, hopefully to some nice young man, maybe 30, 35. Well, you say that 28, yeah, somebody that's established. Somebody know how to treat a woman. Come on. Uh-oh. Don't you want to have children one day? One day? Who's going to be able to do that? What righteous man could actually be married there? Come on. Who is it? Because we don't marry our daughters of time to just anybody. That's right. And some of you come to the ministry. I'm talking about just straightway. I need to deal with this. I'm in my spirit now. Some of you don't come to the ministry with the shies and stuff, and you ain't treating them right. And if I find out about it, you gonna see me face to face. That's right. Well, who the hell are you? You'll find out when I get in your face. Because we don't tolerate no abuse of our women at all. In any way, shape, fashion, or form, we don't. Hallelujah. And if I get word of it, you're going to have me and probably got to beat everybody else. They're probably going to beat me to you. Because they know pastor's crazy. Israel, y'all can do this thing. I guarantee you can do it. Look how strong y'all are. You can literally do it. All you have to do is change your mind. You lost everybody, brother. You had a bunch of Hebrews, man, running tight with you, man. Spiritual combat, man. Hey, man, I know you guys, man. They good. Man, we got a heart. We got it, man. Same thing I told you, huh? Yeah, okay, y'all, all right. Yeah, they good, huh? They way back now, ain't you? You see the same faces now every time you go somewhere. And look at this table right here. They look like inspiration. This whole table, this table, y'all ready? Ain't y'all ready? Y'all can do it. I'm serious, y'all ready. We just got to find out who you are and determine who the Most High is going to say, who the leader is going to be, so that the anointing can be there, so we can get about our Father's business and get y'all free before this economic collapse happens. Because it is coming. It ain't a matter of if, it's a matter of when now. You tell me how in the world 10 years ago, the stock market was sitting at, the Dowell was sitting at 12,000. And we was $8 trillion in debt. Now we're $22 trillion in debt. And the Dowell is rocking 27,000. What's going on? You got any answers for that? You the financial advisor. It's called manipulation. How many of y'all women would love to be chase keepers at home? Wow. I thought y'all would have said, hallelujah. Boy, I know some of you can't say it because your man got a gag going on you, right? You tell him that's what the Most High said that you should be and what you should be doing. Be respectful, be honorable, and put the word back on him like he puts it on you. Make everybody accountable. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I mean, y'all want to learn how to do foundation work. How many of y'all brothers do? If y'all brothers want to learn how to do foundation work, I'll tell you what I'll do. I would actually set up a literal class on somewhere on one of these communities, because they ain't gonna need doing it out here. I'll set up a class and show you how to do foundation work from the very beginning of it to the end of it. But you're gonna need to sacrifice some time. Am I making sense? You need to sacrifice time, because if you do the foundation, then the next thing is, want to learn how to lay block. I'll teach you. I will make sure that sometime next year, I will set up some classes for this. How many of y'all want to learn how to frame? We can learn all this. Matter of fact, you know we can actually, once we get the foundation working and then it's set for a little while, do you know we can actually rough it, frame in a home from top to bottom, doing the block work and frame all within a week if we had some willing hands? The Amish do it all the time. Ain't we better than the Amish? Are we better than the Gentiles? Yes, we are, because the Most High says that He's chosen you above all nations. He says you are better than they are, and the nations are just like spittle. That's what He said. You start carrying yourself like who you are. Royalty. We'll teach you. If you want to learn, you know I can.
Oh, do I know how to can?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't can, but I'll try.
You can do it, can't you? Yeah. When you like, whose wife is this? Y'all can. My brother. She wants to learn how to can. She'll get it. Good. Because we won't need some food. Hallelujah. It's amazing what God's doing. Brother, y'all kids got knowledge of herbs. There was a sister we had in Straightway up in Kansas City that had an incurable disease of HSV2. Ain't that what they said? Incurable. She turns around and goes to him and gets these natural herbs, the herbs of the field for the service of man. The herbs of the field for the service of man. A lot of this knowledge is sitting in the grave. You know why? Because we ain't interested. We won't go to the club. We won't do the bumping and grinding like Kelly. We'll put a bunch of mess on our face and everything else instead of bringing back everything that's been lost in order to help our people. Turns around, takes herbs and stuff. She goes get checked out by the doctors and stuff. Clear. So she actually got healed that right. I laid hands on a brother and he just HSV2. And he went to a doctor and got cleared. You can't put limitations on the Most High, y'all. So we got one over here that knows about legal. We got another legalese. We got another one over here that knows about the natural herbs of the field. And then you got one right here that knows about the power of God and how to appropriate it. Where are we missing? What are we missing is when you put us all together. That's a force. We just got finished having another little boy on the community at home. How much they charge to have a child in the hospital? Anybody know? How much? $50,000. $15,000. $15,000 to have a baby? 50. What, does it become a medical nightmare to have a child? You gotta be kidding me. I'm out of touch. Are you for real? 50? Did you say 50? 50? Was that complications? No. Just having a baby? $50,000. That's called extortion. How long have women been having children? Can somebody tell me how long they've been having children? Before hospitals? Anybody tell me? I think you know I have a child. You gotta be kidding me. Who gonna deliver it? Let your husband deliver it. Ain't no midwife. That's right. He helped make it. You don't know what to do. Boy, it's something amazing what happens naturally. Nature just kicks in. Early on in the community, I delivered 5 children. All right? And I'm not what they call people that deliver children. No, in the hospital, in the world. The doctors. OBGYNs, I wasn't that. And then I can't do nothing in the service of our people without it getting twisted. I'm up here delivering children. Next thing you know, I'm accused of being a vagina examiner. Anybody ever seen a child born? Is there anything glorious about that? Anything lustful about that? Nobody wants any part of that. I'm like, man, I told the women, I said, look, the Bible says men wives, not men pastor, men husband, it says men wives. Y'all gonna learn this. I'm done. It's too much stress for me. Let's start something else. And now sisters are all over the place have learned how to do it without going to that system out there.
That's right.
What if they have complications? Pray.
Hallelujah.
Our sisters are well studied in this. I can't imagine paying $50,000. 50 natural birth? Y'all paying 50?
No. I just used to be a nurse.
You used to be a nurse. Good. And somebody said, I can't even imagine paying $1,000. Anybody got any more questions in reference to land, anything like that? Because if not, I'm going to talk to y'all about something else for you. Come on, wait a moment, all right? So, what is actually stopping y'all from going forward? Watch it. Well, like Israel, even after, you didn't know me from Tom, Dick, Harry, Button, Jail. Is that right? Right. Even after meeting me, it's still kind of hard to believe. So you still got a question and you still got things you got to figure out, but the Spirit keeps pushing. Right? Is that right? Spirit keeps pushing. So you end up going to a few places. Right? Is that right? Yeah. You end up seeing the same thing. You meet the brother and stuff, see the same Spirit no matter where you go. Exactly. You end up finding peace and salt as you finally had some sisters. Not somebody acting batshit crazy. Isn't that right? Everybody, just crazy. Y'all know how y'all women get sometimes? No more hypocritical Israelite sisters. No more war, no more fighting. Just nothing but unity. What did y'all think about that mass deliverance service after being up there straight? It's real. It's real. It is real. And these signs shall follow them that believe. All right, let's cut out all the BS. From this point on, let's cut out all the BS from all the preachers and teachers on the internet. And let's go straight to the book. Mark 16, verse 17. Let's find out who the Messiah say the believers are. Now, I'm telling you, if you ain't doing this, you can't. Did y'all hear me? Yes, sir. They come up, well, it wasn't in the original inspired. By the time you get finished, none of the book is no good. Isn't it? Read.
And these signs shall follow them that believe.
All right. Come on.
In my name.
In his name. And you know how many names there are? Y'all know how many names there are? There's a bunch of them. Which one is it? In my name they shall do what?
Shall they cast out devils.
Well, that's the end of the internet preachers, isn't it? Enough real. These signs, signals, signs shall follow them that believe. In my name they shall
cast out devils.
That's the end of it. All the rest of them are nothing but noise makers. Shut them off, cut them off, don't listen anymore. All they're doing is wasting your time. Because the Messiah said, these signs shall follow them that believe. In my name they shall cast out
devils.
And they shall
speak with new tongues.
I don't believe it. That's a bunch of gibberish and stuff. People usually say that when they ain't never received the baptism of the Holy Spirit.
That's right.
Yep. When a baby talk in gibberish. If you're being born anew or born again, wouldn't it be gibberish? When you go to Isaiah 20:18, you look up the word tongues or languages, guess what the definition says? Gibberish. So I guess they were speaking gibberish in Acts chapter 2, right? I guess the Italians were speaking gibberish in Acts chapter 10. I guess in Ephesus they were speaking gibberish in Acts 19. I guess they were speaking gibberish in 1 Corinthians chapter 14 too as well, then, wasn't it? It's amazing how all the gibberish they were speaking, at least they did have the signs. And the people who oppose it don't have nothing that follow them that believe. In my name they shall cast out devils and they shall speak with new tongues. We don't go have snake handling service. That means taking up powers. All right? And they say they shall drink any deadly things not hurt them. That don't mean you go out there and just start drinking snake venom and monkey pus and don't think it's going to hurt you. Because remember, you should not tempt Yahweh your Elohim. It's about proper application. So the Messiah gave us the blueprint of who you know the real true believers are. Everybody else is a bunch of damn liars.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe it, you got to retool this to fit what it says. John 7, verse 38. Y'all all right?
Yes.
So I believe y'all going to do it. Y'all going to start saving some money?
Yes.
Getting yourself ready? Got ought to save money. You got a bunch of bills though, isn't it? That's what that brother said. I said, hey, there you is something. He said, all y'all doing is paying bills. I heard him. I loved it. He had me shouting in the house. I thought I was back in Apostolic Church. Read it.
For I came down from heaven, not to do
Is that John 7:38?
Yes. Oh. He that believeth on me.
He that believeth on me.
As the scripture has said.
As the scripture have said. You know what I'm saying? The scripture got to say that somewhere then, right? Mm-hmm. That's Isaiah 28, verses 10 and 11. He that believeth on me, as the scripture have said, read.
Out of his belly.
Out of his belly shall what?
Shall flow rivers.
Of what?
Of living water.
Living water. Keep going.
But this spake he of the Spirit.
This spake he of the Ruach.
Which they that believe on him.
When you really truly believe on him, should do what?
Should receive.
Should what?
Should receive.
So Ruach is something you should receive. How you think I end up having the power to cast out devils, lay hands on sick, and they end up recovering? Because something like this happened to me without anybody in the church ever telling me it was going to happen. That's what changed my whole entire life. So rather than fighting against what's clearly sitting right there, how about just properly appropriating the application of it and seeing what the Father will do? Hallelujah. Hallelujah. How many of y'all from Washington, D.C., New Jersey area? Raise your hand. One over there, one over there. How many of y'all within 2 states of that? Raise your hand. Where the rest of y'all from? Egypt? St. Louis, Missouri. That's a long way. How many of y'all in St. Louis? All y'all? Y'all getting together, right? Y'all working on it, right? I know y'all are. Y'all look like y'all getting together, man. Y'all got the spirit. See what I mean? You're going to have to do this together, Israel. You can't do it apart. And then you need to leave something in case the Messiah doesn't come in our lifetime. You need to leave something for the next generation so they don't have to toil the way that you did. Is that making sense?
Yes, sir.
You don't want to do it. Come on, we're Israel. We're the head, right? At least we're supposed to be the head. You can't be the head until you start acting like the head. Don't we want to leave something for the generation coming behind us to be able to inherit so that they go out there and they can bring in Federal Reserve notes and keep on expanding the communities, keep on buying more land? This is what they don't want you to do. They want you to keep giving it to them, giving it to the system. See, not only on these communities are some of us are still working out there on these jobs, but we have many businesses in the ministry of Straightway. We have a financial business. We have a trucking business. Are y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir.
We have a decking business, a handyman business. We got all kinds of business. People will go out and make their own money. We have a product line business. People are making money, literally. And guess where the money goes at? Right back in Israel. Have a shop business, and the money comes into Israel. Right back in Israel. Some of you got any need for anything? You hungry? I said, man. Are y'all getting that? That's what we want for all of our Israelite sisters. I got it. Brother, if I ask you for $500,000, would you give it to me? He would. But what do I do if I prepare places for the people, but the people are not prepared for the places?
Mm-hmm. Say that. Say that.
Did he not say in my Father's house are many mansions? If it were not so, I would not have told you, but I go to prepare a place for you, that wherever I am, there you may be also. And the way that you may know. So if we spend all this time, energy, and effort preparing places and the people ain't preparing for it, then what good is it then? We need faithful stewards.
Hallelujah.
Well, no, for real, we need faithful stewards. Bro, Brandon, you working on selling everything? Huh? Immediately. Selling it all. Getting rid of it. Ain't nothing but a weight. Y'all know what I did when I started selling everything? I started selling it, and then I had a yard sale. I had nice big old pictures and everything all over the house. I mean, beautiful stuff in the house. Leather furniture and stuff. And you know what I put it out there? I started selling, I sold a leather soap, I believe, for $25. I priced it to sell. And then when it didn't sell, I put free. He said sell it. He didn't tell me about what price. So I sold it. Can y'all trust each other? Can you trust each other? Can you trust each other? Boys, I'm asking again. Can you trust each other? I believe that y'all going to leave here with inspiration to do. I believe that. Now, I'm under no illusion. I know it's only going to come from a few.
Hallelujah.
I really truly do. Most of you are going to go back and act like you ain't never heard nothing. And continue on in the same old way. The definition of insanity is doing what? And expecting change. That is insanity. Thank y'all for preparing the meals and cooking for us there. Sister Croy and all the other sisters there, we do appreciate it. We're a good support for my friend over here. Y'all really truly make changes, okay? Find the brothers and sisters in your area. If you don't know, call straightway. The number's behind us. 615-688-3025. We'll put people in touch in your area if you mean business. All right? You mean business, because we're going to need each other. Are y'all hearing me? We're literally going to need each other. I can't do it without you, and you can't do it without me. We need each other. Are y'all hearing me? We need each other. Y'all is not putting us and assembling us all together so we can just sit up here and get soaked with words and knowledge. There must be a reckoning. There has to be a doing in this. Are y'all hearing me, Israel? There has to be a doing. You get it? That community out there in Arkansas, we thought it was going to go well, didn't it? Thing went belly up. You know how many people have started communities and then they end up going south? You know the reason why? Because nobody wants to be under authority. Nobody wants to be under authority. Do I run your community?
No, sir.
Your community. Your community. Do I run any of them? Do I run your home fellowship? No. The only thing I do is when they pick up the phone and call me, Pastor, what about this, what about that? They have light for their situation. I don't. There are men that are trusted, that the Most High Yah has proven they can be trusted. You do have leaders in Israel, and you need to get behind them. Now, you know who your leader is in your prospective area. Are you following? Let's just take this for instance right here. You got this table right here. I don't know if y'all know all these. Do y'all know each other? All y'all say you know each other?
Jacksonville,
right there. That's Jacksonville? That's Jacksonville. Okay, he's the leader. See, everybody know who the leader is. See? They know who the leader is. You see what I mean? You truly know, but we usually confirm who the leaders are. Are you following? Because anybody else a leader don't want it. Ain't that right, Brother Juan? We just brought one man. Are you getting it? But we can do this. All right? My advice to you, remember, there's all kind of rhetoric online. All right, start slowly but surely divorcing yourself from that stuff, okay? Because they ain't going to never stop talking about Pastor Dowell. All right? I mean, they're going to talk about me until the breath blows out of my body. All right? There ain't nothing I can do. Nothing I can do that's ever going to satisfy them, and I ain't trying to satisfy them. All right? I'm just trying to help y'all all that I can. We're going to be in Jacksonville, hopefully, December 25th. December 25th, and then we're going to Dallas, Texas after that.
In February.
In February. You got it all figured out. All right? So we're going to be in those particular places right there. And hopefully between now and then, you know, anybody, are y'all on my Patreon account?
Yes, sir.
All right, you notice I've been increasing the videos because I've been trying to stay more honed in on Patreon. And I'm going to do that more than YouTube, more than anything, because YouTube is just jacking me around. All right? But anyway, the Patreon account is where I'm going to put out more information, especially about land, developing land, buying land, how to go about getting wells dug, everything you want to know pertaining to community or getting set apart and being set apart. I'm going to start talking about all of that. I'm going to literally lay out a blueprint that even a child can understand. Okay? Even a child can understand. I appreciate y'all allowing me to be in front of you this day and time and hour. I appreciate y'all spending your time, energy, and effort for coming here and actually hearing us out. I do wish that each and one of you, Godspeed and a safe journey back home. I'm going to turn it back over to Mike for Israel. Y'all be encouraged, okay?